Good morning, friends. I'm sure you can hear, but I am sick. Y'all were right. Walking around without a sweater was probably the worst idea I had. So I'm currently sick, and I think Lawson's starting to get a little cold. He's been pulling at his ears a lot lately. But as promised, we're getting videos out. Do you see my girl's hair? We braided her hair in the morning. She wanted you to see how cute it was. So I just wanted to add that little clip in. But tonight we are making baby food. As you can probably see, it's going to be homemade baby food. We're using raw veggies for this. I did have sugar snap peas, but I feel that they just were going bad way too fast and I wasn't comfortable giving it to Lawson. So we're going to do some carrots, some pears, and some cauliflower and some avocado. I did wash my veggies before I started boiling it. It's ingrained in my head to do that, so I'm going to boil. I'm not boil, but I'm going to wash before I boil, everyone. These extra carrots are being put aside for snacks for Brinley, and then we are going to chop these. At first I did not chop these, but I needed to chop them, so I grabbed my little bread cutter for sourdough and I start chopping them as fine as I can so they'll boil faster and so they'll fit in my pots. I'm very limited on pots. Making baby food is so simple. There is so many different ways that you can store these, mix them for the babies. You can even make them at different textures if you want. Lawson really likes the runny baby food, so I boil them as much as I can, and I usually use the steam and add a little bit of water in my food processor whenever I am boiling them and cooking them down as much as I can. He loves avocados. We just started avocados not that long ago, and he will eat a whole bag of them pureed if I let him. Brinley really wanted to try avocado. She is not a fan. So my avocado, you actually don't have to cook that. It's already so soft, so we're just going to put it in the processor and put a little bit of water in with it and blend it up. Now, you do not have to do this. You can do jars, you can do ice cube trays, whatever you can. This is what I can do at the moment until I get everything that I want to store baby food properly. I just put it here in these, you hear him talking in the background. I just put it in these plastic bags and I lay it so thin out that I can just crack pieces off that I need as I go. Those are some old baby jar foods that I have that I kept so that I can just make my homemade baby food and put it in them jars if I need. Look at that cauliflower. The steam is really well, just like cake pops. You won't need a binder in order to make it very moist, and if you make it very moist, you don't need that much water. So that's what I try to do for the cauliflower. I am also making tacos tonight, so you're gonna see me making baby food, and this is how I make my tacos. Yes, a ton of seasoning. I actually put way more seasoning in there than I showed. But we're going to cook our ground beef up, and no, it's not going to contaminate if grease is popping over and popping into the little carrots over there. One of my friends was concerned about that, but I promise it's okay. This boy loves pears. I did not think that he was going to tear some pears up like he did this night. I do not have a vegetable peeler, so I just thinly got it all off. You don't need fancy gadgets to make things in your kitchen. I'm sure for pasta, which I'm going to try to roll that out with a cup and try pasta later on this week. But I just chopped all the skin off, and then I try to get it away from the core, I think it is. But even though you don't have to boil pears because they're already so soft depending on when you get them, I still took the liberty of boiling them just because I wanted them a little bit softer for Lawson. We are cutting up these bell peppers. I have a green pepper, a orange pepper, and some onion. This is actually going in my taco meat. I like having veggies in my hamburger meat and my taco meat. When I say hamburger, like my actual burgers, I like having veggies in it, like mushrooms, onions, peppers, things like that. I'll stick them in anything I can, to be honest with you. And one of my friends did not know this, so I'm going to let all y'all know just in case there is that one person out there that does not know. When you are mixing taco seasoning into your hamburger meat after you drain your grease and all, you are supposed to add some water back into your pot whenever you mix in this taco seasoning. It makes a world of a difference, I promise. I've had some of my friends' taco meat and then I'm like, where's the water? Because it was a little bit dry. Add some water. I promise it will be okay. Look at that. Our carrots are done and they're nice and soft. I cannot wait to get these into the processor. And I was over there checking on the pears. Look at my pears. Look at all that steam. Now, you can choose to blend them all together. I do not because, like I said, I like making different variations. There's my cauliflower. I let that cool down a little bit. Look at my hamburger meat. Well, my taco meat, but still so good. This is my little processor. Eventually I'll get a bigger one, but this is the one that I got. I wanted to make jams and everything with this, so that's what originally made me get this. And I have another little section in my house that I go for my blending, but we're just gonna blend it up. There's a lot of steam. I don't have much water in it, as you can see how much it's already doing so well. And of course, Bubba's has to do his taste test. He loves taste testing when I'm making his baby food. Look at him. He just watches it as I make it. Look at that consistency. So there's so much different consistencies you can make. Some things I make thicker, some things I make thinner. It all just depends on your baby. I did do baby led with Brinley, but Lawson I just doesn't feel like he's ready. So that's why I'm still on purees with him. And again, I just put them in these plastic bags and then I just beat it on the counter or I just break a piece off whenever I want. And I put them in a jar and I melt the baby food down by leaving it out in room temperature or hot water so that I can make it for him to eat. Blending up my carrots. What originally made me decide to start doing baby food homemade again for Lawson is I seen a lot of recalls of very high lead in some baby foods and even some baby snacks, and it had me stressing out again. So I decided it was time to get my butt in gear and just start making the baby food. It is so easy. I know that the convenience of the grocery store, just buying baby food, just seems so easy, but this literally, while I did dinner, it took me less than 30 minutes to do all of it. That's it. And look at that. He loves it. Natural, no preservatives, no added dyes, no nothing. And he loves it. It's worth it. It's worth knowing what you're putting in your kids' bodies. Brinley's over here helping me decide what she wants on her taco. We really don't have that many options. I'm just trying to clean out the fridge at this point because I'm about to be going grocery shopping. So she's helping me pick. She's decided that today is the day that she decided she does not like avocados. She wanted to eat an avocado so bad, and then she decided that was not for her. Brinley usually will eat one taco with some sides, but if she wants more, I always give her more. But I've learned that it's easier just not to waste food with her and just give her a little bit and let her choose if she wants seconds or thirds. Here's my plate, and look, I mixed up some pears and some avocados for Lawson, and that's what he had for dinner. I did toast my little tortillas in my oven. It takes forever for me to figure out how to get that pilot to work. Just hopping off my tacos. I'm so sorry I'm sick, guys. I knew I needed to do some voiceovers for these, and I just was not prepared for this. But look at my boy. He loves it. I think right there was just avocados, but here's the baby food, and like I said, I just break it off. It's so easy. I recommend making it, and thank you for watching.